Alright guys, let's take a look at the button toggle element in this video. Button toggle is basically an element with the appearance of a button and can toggle between on and off states. To get started, we need to import mat button toggle module from Angular material and add it to the material array. Import it and add it to the material components array. Now in the HTML, we can add mat button toggle with the text toggle. If we save the file and take a look at the browser, you should see a toggle button. Click on the button, it toggles to the on state. Click again and it toggles to the off state. Now, you might want to use the state of the toggle button to perform some operation. To get hold of the toggle state, add a template reference variable and then access the checked property on that variable. Toggle button is going to be the template reference variable, and then interpolate toggle button dot checked. If you now take a look at the browser, you can see that the value is false. Click on the button and the value is true. Now the button checked value is false by default. We can change that though by adding the checked attribute to the toggle button element. If we now take a look at the browser, you can see that the button appearance is that of the on state and the checked property value is now true. We of course still have the ripple effect when we click on the button. To disable it, add the disable ripple attribute. You can see that the ripple animation is now gone. It is also possible to disable the button itself by adding the disabled attribute. If I now head back to the browser and try clicking on the button, nothing happens. The button is disabled and cannot be toggled between on and off. Alright, these are some of the properties on a button toggle element. Now, although these elements can be used individually, they are typically grouped together and presented as better alternatives to radio buttons or checkboxes. For example, let's say you have a list of front-end technologies. Let me show you how to display them using the button toggle element. To create a group of button toggle elements, we use the mat button toggle group directive. Within the group, we can add the individual button toggle elements. Angular, React, and Vue. Each of the elements need to have a value attribute which will point to the overall value of this group. So value is equal to Angular, React, and Vue. Now to access this group's value, we need to create a template reference variable and assign mat button toggle group. The variable name is toggle group, and to this we assign mat button toggle group. Now we can interpolate toggle group dot value to access the value of this toggle button group. Let's save this and head to the browser, and you can see that we have the button group. I click on the button and the group value is displayed: Angular, React, and Vue. By default, the toggle group behaves like radio buttons and only one item can be selected at a time. If you want the behavior to be that of a checkbox where multiple items can be selected, you simply need to add the multiple attribute to the toggle group element. So over here, I'm going to add multiple. If we now go back to the browser, you can see that we can select multiple elements and the value is now a comma separated list of the selections. Angular, React, Vue, just Angular and React, just Angular, or all three. Now what we have seen is how to get hold of the value in the HTML. You can also listen to change events and execute some code written in the component class as well. You can also get hold of the template reference variable in the class component and perform any required operation. I do have a small series on Angular component interaction where I go in detail about using reference variables within the component class. So please do take a look at that if you have a necessity. But this is pretty much how you work with the button toggle element in Angular material. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.